Good morning. Today's reading is what are your souls searching for in this connection? You've got two cards. Both of them basically just mean change or a recognition of karma or karmic pattern. The first one is the Tower card, which probably comes with less recognition and more change. I just chose them because I like the pictures. The second one is the Wheel of Fortune, which is definitely recognition of change. It's right in the middle of the major arcana where we sometimes become aware of some form of karmic pattern. So that's what you've got there. If you want to choose a pile, I will see you in a minute. Oh, okay. I'm going to put more out, to be honest, but I'm going to have to wait possibly to shift some away. This is like a past life feeling to me. Past life problem, something that was possibly difficult, past life positive. So I'm trying to get some sort of backdrop to see what has happened, what may be coming through as a memory, or what you may feel like you're repeating this lifetime. And then we'll move forward to what's going on now. Page of Swords, and then you've got this is the problem, the Page of Cups. It doesn't seem such a problem, but these are like children. They can be children, it can be different things, but the fact you've got the Ten of Cups here with the family, I'm feeling that in a past life you possibly were connected and had children. The Nine of Swords here could suggest there may have been some sort of upset in the family pattern, or upset with regards to how you connected with each other. It can feel as if that's long drawn out, as in possibly it's like negativity that wakes you up in the night, and it can feel a bit like anxiety or even a little bit of depression there. So maybe something didn't work out. I possibly need to know more about this. What is going on here? What was the problem? What may be reverberating into this lifetime meeting together? It feels like you're connected with a very sort of stable relationship, but I want to know why. Would it be upsetting, or why would there be some sort of element of trauma in here? King of Wands. Possibly, and because you've got the Emperor down here as well, and this is positive, one character in the connection was very strong, possibly dominating, possibly dominating over the other, or was very forthright, or went out into life and perhaps ignored the family, or didn't have time to commit to family situational circumstances. Like a business person or somebody that wasn't at home very often, and maybe left the other person feeling left behind or sad or not seen, and maybe with responsibility with children here. It's like an old-fashioned relationship where one of the partners, I'm guessing here is the female, stayed at home and looked after children. And if this is a fiery person, you could be in this lifetime have like a strong Mars energy, or like Sagittarian energy, or something fiery, where it didn't fit in the past. That could have been to do with tradition, you know, maybe like 1950s or something like that, when it was I'm going to say possibly, I'm trying not to, it was more probable that the women stayed at home and looked after children where the men went out and worked. And that may not rub in this lifetime. Let's see what's positive about what happened, or what the connection was. You've got the Nine of Swords, which is feeling something traumatic or looming ahead. You've got the Emperor card here, which is can look like a difficult pile, which is meant to be a positive pile, as in what was positive. The Emperor card, with regard to positivity, is somebody that is fiery but organises. The Devil card has got something to do with money, or maybe, I didn't say possibly, security. It could even be like family, things that you're bound to. And the Five of Cups is emotional loss. So this is what this could be. In a past lifetime, it very likely could have been that one person was more dominant with regards to how they got their needs in the outer world met when the other one supported, and maybe that didn't feel correct, but somebody stayed and looked after children and family. It feels like the person who may be the most dominant wasn't a bad person, it was just the scenario, situation, personalities, or how things were at that particular time in history. You've got here knowing what's going to happen but treating each other well anyway. Knowing that it isn't working, but there's not cruelty between either of you. If this was a divorce or a split, it was done in a way that the money was shared to support the one who was at home or who had the children. It's not somebody who's selfish, it's just somebody in the relationship who moves through life in a way that gets their own needs met, but it wasn't seen as wrong at that time. Or they didn't do it to be antagonistic or selfish or, put themselves first. So it's a difficult situation, but not vindictive. Let's put these up here. I don't know what I'm going to see next. So the next bit is, how is this coming into fruition, or how is this acting in this lifetime? So what are your soul searching for in this lifetime? It's a strong need for commitment. The Four of Wands is stability. The Devil card, as you can see, we had that already. Yeah, we've had that here. Is being tied to a situation or people, whether it's a mortgage, whether it's a marriage. To me, I would think a very strong connection, which is I'm going to say long-winded then, which possibly is formal, like actually getting married, where there's a certificate saying that, doesn't say that, does it? That you shouldn't cheat, that we're together. It's that type of thing. Oh my gosh. And the Eight of Wands here is a card of being open and truthful and forthright with it, communicating in a way that's very sort of open. So I guess what I'm seeing here with regards to what are your souls searching for, is a bit of recognizing that people acted well in the past situation, and an openness and a need to be able to express that in this connection. They will be trying to recapture that feeling of connection that felt deep, that felt like a strong family situation or strong emotional connections, in a way that doesn't just feel deep but feels stable. So there'll be an amazing pull towards each other that feels like you're drawn to react a very stable connection that feels stable, but the need to be truthful from the very beginning, to say what your needs are, what you don't want. Maybe you feel trapped very easily, so you need to say that. You don't want to be left behind. You don't want to be somebody that supports somebody else, possibly in this. I don't know which way this goes, but that's probably what I would be thinking. It's like what it will really feel like is meeting somebody that you feel is the one for you, and you will never meet anybody else that makes you feel as secure as them. It's like meeting, this is my life partner. But there's a strong need with the Eight of Wands there to say it as it is, to not try and fanny around and try and please each other, to get closer. It's like, well, I am very attracted to you, and it almost feels like life and death if I'm not with you, but I don't know whether you can fulfill these needs in me, or whether I can fulfill your needs, and we need to know that right from the beginning, so we don't end up in this situation where, although there's kindness between each other, it didn't work out. It needs to be sorted out now, and you've got a different timeline now. To me, this does feel like 1950s married. You can almost like see somebody in a bungalow, somewhere where somebody's going off to work in a suit and somebody else is left at home, and it feels like growing discontent to do with outward movement. Maybe a little bit of resentment there, I guess. And this person is doing, you know, what they think is the right thing, possibly supporting a family, going out to work, being the provider, being the big daddy with the Emperor card there. But it's like the relationship slowly goes down and down. And this is like, I still want that relationship in this lifetime. That's what your souls are feeling. And the Eight of Wands here, but it's the need to be truthful. To not think, oh, well, if we go into the connection, then we can sort it out later. So you've got to air what your thoughts are, what you want out of life, what your expectations are of each other, without looking like you're writing some sort of menu for dinner. So let's get a little bit of advice to help you through. Let's get some straightforward advice. These cards just say it as it is. What's the best way to deal with this? Supporter of ambition and business success. So again, this will depend. If you are somebody that likes to stay at home, that likes the thought of comfort and likes the thought of, I don't know what it is, maybe you work from home. It's like the other person has to support you with that. I don't think that was a problem in the past life. But it's also you have to give them the support, and it's got to be open from the beginning. If you're somebody that likes to go out and to, you know, feel very much involved in achieving in that way, because there's lots of different ways to feel successful, isn't there? It's like the other person needs to realise what your needs are as well, that's what makes you tick, and that's what makes you feel like you're living your life. Let me just put a couple of cards down here with regards to the Eight of Wands, which is often open communication. Can also be, sorry, I'm flipping cards here everywhere, a bit like flirting, but I don't think it would be in this spread. What do you need to communicate? Just communicate. The moon is lack of communication. It's things that are not understood or not expressed clearly. It's just you need to basically say what you're both thinking right from the very beginning in a very forthright manner, or you'll end up in a muddle. So your souls are looking for clarity, they're looking for equality, they're looking for connection, but on both sides here, and support from each other. That is possibly, as I keep saying, it's not a bad feeling in the past here. It just is, you might have outgrown it. I feel that the person that stayed at home outgrew it. What's your idea of stability in this lifetime? The freedom for the pair of you to do what you want and to support each other too. And this is a weird thing in connections, isn't it? That, you know, in connections, it's like we must be connected, but you can still be successful and look out for each other, even though that you're separate in that, getting different aims, different things done in life. But there still has to be an understanding of the other's needs. And not oftentimes, but sometimes you can see this. And from astrology, it could possibly be a very, very thwarted Pluto, where it's difficult to let the other person exist without pulling them towards you. And I think that's something you don't need to do. It's to support, but to give each other distance, to create yourselves, even if you are quite different or have different aims. So let's just summarise this up in a couple of sentences. What are your souls searching for in this connection? You are searching for connection. You're both searching for stability. You're searching to not be annihilated with regards to your own personalities. But you're looking for support for those differences that you may have. There's a feeling here that you need openness, that you need to be very truthful with each other and clear anything up that you may be afraid to actually bring up. It's going to serve you better in the future if you do that. So that's what I've got there. Don't know what that means to anybody, but I'm going to leave that there. Thank you. Bye. I'm going to start here. This is more like a past life. What are your souls searching for in this lifetime? I believe that we have some sort of access to consciousness or a past life that we tends to sit inside us and almost like outplay itself until we get over problems, or we pay back perhaps situations or people that have been very good to us. It's that type of feeling. So to look at this is going to lead on better for me to explain what's happening in this lifetime. So this part here is going to be like a past life problem. Past life problem, you've got the Starseed card and you've got the Hermit card. Both of these cards are somebody that's quite, I'm going to say, like a witchy, perhaps a witchy warlock. Somebody that is interested in the bigger picture. But there's also a feeling here of perhaps manipulating life, or how life tends to push itself outwards. It's very difficult for me to explain because I'm not sure what I'm exactly thinking, to be honest. But it could even be something more subtle like tarot reading, like astrology, where you're always looking, and it can, I always think tarot reading, astrology can have us always looking forward too much at times and not enough in the moment. Depends on your personalities, I suppose. But it could be very much a case of that when you've got these heartache cards or upset cards, and often a feeling of blockage here. So that it didn't serve one of you well, I think, because this is a problem. It's like looking for deeper meaning all the time and forgetting to be in the moment. This is interesting because it's difficult for me to actually talk about it, because I'm very much this type of always wanting to know what's happening next, and there's like you've still got to live your life as well at the same time. So I'm going to leave that there. That's what it is. I can try and add on, but it'll get really boring. But that is possibly what I've got there. This is positive, so I'm going to have to try and link these two together here. You've got the Four of Swords, which again can go with the Four of Pentacles here. It's like being pulled out of life. But you've got here the Magician card, the Wheel of Fortune, and the very sort of connected Ten of Pentacles here. So I feel there was some form of transformation possibly, because that is very opposite to that. So that's the negative, that's the positive. It's almost like it was talked about, it was recognised, and somebody pulled themselves out to try and understand life. Doesn't mean you were sat there with a Ouija board and potions and all this lot, but it could very much be something like you could have been, or they could have been, I'm guessing it's you, an artist, and were very much, or a scientist, and you were very much like in your studio or in your lab and head down and trying to understand how life works or what is happening. And it's like trying to look at the bigger picture here, and it being a negative thing in a relationship. So in this one, you've got here the Magician card, which is channeling energy through you and making it work through you. You've got the Wheel of Fortune, which is always that lucky go happy card of riding life and it being enjoyable. And this is like a connection. Interesting. I feel like this is interesting. I feel like I need, when I say this is interesting, somebody always puts in the comment section, no, it's not. I feel like I need to know more. Let me put it that way. It's timing is probably what I'm interested in here. Because one's supposed to be negative, one's supposed to be positive, and they're back to front. Give me more indication what's going on here. The High Priestess. Okay, I think this is you, and I think that in a past lifetime you were very interested in subtleties, trying to find out why people connect, what's going on. Maybe you wrote poetry. It's a bit, is it Rummy or Rumi? I don't know, I think it's Rummy, isn't it? It'll always be a short vowel if it's foreign, I always think. I don't know. Trying to read into connections, but I feel that maybe this may be the other person's personality, that they pulled you out of just trying to observe, trying to understand, and you actually got to a point where you lived it beautifully. You lived life beautifully and you connected in a very sort of strong, stable way. So let's put out what is this saying about your lifetime and your connection now? What are your souls searching for now, if that's your backdrop? Let's have a look. Let's put these cards down. Okay, it's excuse me, it's unfinished business here. It's this person on a soul level will see it as their job to stop you overthinking and to keep you living. And so that is why you're pulled together at the moment. You've got the Ten of Swords, which is an ending, and we're looking at this sort of, you know, to and fro or relationship that's happened in the past. The Judgment card is people coming out of their coffin. It's like, let's restart again. Eight of Pentacles is working as part of a team in a practical way. It's Pentacle cards, it's earth. It needs to be real. It needs to be in front of you both. The Two of Cups is the most beautiful card in the pack with regards to connection. It's saying that two people of a similar vibration come back together again and put a full stop to trying to I don't know what the word is. It's premonition. It's promote. It's not that, but I'm trying to make it up. What's the word when you look into the future? It's predict. Yeah, that's it, isn't it? Promote. How stupid. It's predict. Yeah, to stop trying to overthink things in an esoteric fashion. Yeah. Oh, I'm glad this isn't my pile. It's that. It's to get stuck into life. If you haven't got any earth inside you, you very much could be this. It's always like very intuitive. I don't know. As I always say in these readings, I don't know very much about MBTI. I know little bits, but just of my family. It's like having an N for your second letter. Is that right, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, IN or whatever it is. And always trying to intuit, to woo, what's happening. And it's like, don't do that. That's not serving you. It's just get stuck in. If you want to go and have a look at a tarot reading, it's okay, but then act on it. If it's something positive that reverberates, then do it. Phone them up, arrange something. Don't think. Don't look at their chart when you get home. This is what you're meant to be doing in this lifetime with this person. That's what your souls are saying. Their soul's been brought back to show you how to get stuck in. How to be, how to connect, how to not overthink. And I once had a Sagittarius man say to me in a shopping centre in Dudley in Birmingham, it wasn't Dudley, it was Merry Hill, it is Dudley, can you not just be? Just be. And I can understand what he's saying, because this is what that connection would be if we were like in a relationship, which we're not. Just be, just connect, get involved. Don't overthink. If you are an INFJ, I did watch something with Carrie Mulligan, and she was, I think I've mentioned this in another reading, where she was filming Shame, which is a fantastic film, and the director, who is called Steve McQueen, I think, and I always get a different picture in my head, the way that he directed was like bam bam bam, let's just get this shot, here we are, no need to set it up too much, then on to the next scene, like 3 scenes a day. I don't know exactly what happens, but she said she loved it because she overthinks, and she didn't, and she was really in the moment. And that is why you've been brought together in this lifetime. Your souls are searching for an ability to connect that doesn't have too much thought behind it. It's just enjoyment. And I'm wondering, the things I don't know about MBTI, whether your person has an S on their second letter, because this is what it could feel like. It's like they don't understand why you have to overthink. You're either connected or you're not. You're either getting on or you're not. You're either the same vibration or you're not. If they're in your vicinity, you'll be the same vibration. This Eight of Pentacles is up to you both, mainly you, to get moving with it. To put the effort in, to be with that person. Maybe your person's earthy. Maybe they just want somebody to walk alongside them in life and to be involved. Capricorns always fall for people who they work with because they're next to them doing things. They're actually there rather than up in their heads in attics reading tarot cards. Yeah, so that's what it is. In a couple of sentences, what are your souls searching for in this connection is to actually connect, to be together, to stop you overthinking, to be present, to be in the moment, to realise that you're similar already, that you don't need to run off and look it up. Let's get one card for advice before I leave you. Let's get these ones. Waiting Patiently Avenue. With regards to what we've got, Seven of Pentacles. Okay. If you're one of those people that watch like thousands and thousands, I'm not selling myself here, I know, but with tarot, I always want to just know what it's actually saying, and I'm yeah, that's it. I'd rather know it, and I know that it's not doing me any favours saying this. But if you're one of those people who watch, like, do indulge a lot in prediction, it's Pentacles. It's like, take your time to wean yourself off if you watch loads and loads of different things. But there comes a time, because Pentacle energy is Pentacle energy, that you just have to go and act on the things that you're actually discovering. I do think all these sort of, I'm going to say sciences then, but people will call them pseudoscience. It doesn't really matter, does it? Depends who's saying it. Are you an S or are you an N? There's still got to be a level of reflection before you can move on, but it's how much that reflection do you actually need. And this is sort of saying, take your time, wean yourself off it, but make sure that you're out there in the world acting. And as the world moves forward and these like next, everything's moving so fast anyway, the more grounded we are, the more we are in reality, the less we are on our screens. And again, I'm the worst salesperson on earth, the better. Yeah. Anyway, don't forget to check out my Patreon. I'm going to leave it there. Thank you very much. Bye.